Vallow Daybell found guilty of unthinkable acts. The case of Vallow Daybell stands as one of the most disturbing and complex criminal cases in recent American history, interweaving elements of religious extremism, multiple deaths, and a series of legal proceedings that continue to unfold. This analysis examines both her past conviction for the murders of her children and her ongoing legal challenges in Arizona, presenting a complete picture of a case that has captivated the nation's attention. The tragic sequence of events began to unfold in September 2019 in Rexburg, Idaho, when Vallow's two children disappeared under mysterious circumstances. 16-year-old Tylee Ryan was last seen alive on September 8, 2019, during what would become a fateful family trip to Yellowstone National Park. The last sighting of 7-year-old Joshua J.J. Vallow occurred on September 23, 2019, at his school in Rexburg. As concerns about the children's whereabouts grew, Vallow's behavior raised red flags among relatives and authorities. She offered contradictory explanations for their absence, claiming variously that Tylee was attending college in Arizona and that JJ was staying with friends in the same state. These inconsistencies eventually prompted JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, to request a welfare check in November 2019. The investigation took a concerning turn when local police visited Vallow's home, after initially claiming JJ was with a friend in Arizona, a claim that proved false upon investigation. Vallow and her new husband, Chad Daybell, fled Idaho for Hawaii. Their departure and subsequent refusal to cooperate with authorities regarding the children's whereabouts led to Vallow's arrest in Hawaii on February 20, 2020. Following her failure to comply with a 5-day deadline to produce the children, the case reached a horrifying climax in June 2020 when investigators made a grim discovery on Chad Daybell's property in Salem, Idaho. The remains of both children were found, revealing the brutal nature of their deaths. JJ's body had been wrapped in plastic and bound with duct tape, while Tylee's remains showed evidence of dismemberment and burning. These discoveries led to additional charges against both Vallow and Daybell. A crucial element in understanding the case is the role of extreme religious beliefs held by Vallow and Daybell. The couple had become involved in a doomsday-focused religious group and developed a complex system of spiritual rankings. They categorized people as either light or dark spirits, and disturbingly, Vallow had begun referring to her children as zombies, believing they had been possessed by evil spirits. Their beliefs extended to claims that they were chosen to lead the 144.000 mentioned in the Book of Revelation and possessed supernatural powers, including the ability to teleport and cause natural disasters. These extreme beliefs appear to serve as justification for their actions and continue to play a role in ongoing legal proceedings. Vallow's trial for the deaths of her children began in April 2023 in Boise, Idaho. Over 6 weeks, prosecutors meticulously presented evidence demonstrating how her religious beliefs became increasingly extreme after meeting Chad Daybell in 2018. Text messages and witness testimony revealed their apocalyptic beliefs and discussions about the children being possessed by evil spirits. The trial concluded on May 12, 2023. With the jury finding Vallow guilty on all counts after nearly 7 hours of deliberation. The charges included first-degree murder in Tylee Ryan's death, first-degree murder in J.J. Vallow's death, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in Tammy Daybell's death, grand theft related to Social Security benefits collected after the children's deaths, criminal conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and grand theft. In July 2023, Judge Stephen Boyce delivered a sentence that reflected the severity of Vallow's crimes: life in prison without the possibility of parole. During sentencing, Judge Boyce characterized the case as the most egregious he had encountered, citing Vallow's lack of remorse and continued adherence to extreme religious beliefs as factors in his decision. While serving her life sentence for the Idaho murders, Vallow Daybell faces new legal challenges in Arizona courts. These charges relate to the death of her fourth husband, Charles Vallow, and her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux, adding another layer to her already complex criminal history. The Arizona proceedings have raised interesting legal questions. particularly regarding Vallow Daybell's mental competency to stand trial. A recent status hearing highlighted the unusual dynamics at play, with her defense team arguing against continuing competency proceedings, a reverse of the typical scenario where defense attorneys advocate for such evaluations while prosecutors resist them. The competency evaluation process in Arizona has revealed several interesting developments. One mental health professional, Dr. M, conducted a brief evaluation and review of records, determining Vallow Daybell to be competent. However, a second evaluator, Dr. Hernandez, was unable to reach a conclusion after attempting a records review, creating a procedural dilemma for the court. Adding complexity to the current proceedings is Vallow Daybell's history with competency evaluations. She previously spent approximately 10 months in a competency restoration program, participating in various classes and meeting with multiple evaluators. This historical context has influenced the court's approach to the current competency determination. The defense team has presented arguments based on the LeCount case, emphasizing Vallow Daybell's right to represent herself if she can demonstrate sufficient mental capacity to understand the nature of the dispute, formulate a defense, and engage with the court and counsel. They argue that uncooperative behavior should not be confused with incompetency, noting the absence of irrational behavior during court proceedings. The prosecution has taken a cautious approach, seeking to ensure all procedural requirements are met to prevent potential appeals issues. This led to their objection to proceeding with just one completed competency evaluation. Despite the defense's arguments for moving forward, the judge's ruling reflected a careful balancing of various factors, rather than accepting the single completed evaluation. The court ordered the appointment of a new evaluator through the Forensic Services Unit to replace Dr. Hernandez. This decision was characterized as the safest course of action to prevent potential appeal issues, with the judge noting that once the competency process had begun, it should be completed properly. The Vallow Daybell case has had far-reaching implications for multiple aspects of the criminal justice system and society at large. As the Arizona proceedings continue, several potential scenarios could unfold. If the new evaluation finds Vallow Daybell competent and the state agrees, the case could proceed with discussions about her self-representation. However, if there's disagreement about the findings, the court could face the unusual situation of a defense team arguing for their client's competency while the prosecution argues against it. Meanwhile, Chad Daybell still awaits trial, and investigations continue into other deaths connected to the couple. The case remains active and continues to evolve, with new developments potentially adding to our understanding of this complex and tragic situation. The Vallow Daybell case stands as a sobering reminder of how extreme beliefs can lead to unthinkable actions. It has sparked important conversations about child protection, mental health, and the intersection of religious beliefs and criminal behavior. As the legal proceedings continue, the case serves as a crucial reference point for understanding the complexities of criminal justice, mental competency, and the protection of vulnerable individuals in our society. The ongoing developments in Arizona add another layer to an already complex case, raising important questions about mental competency, self-representation, and the balance between protecting a defendant's rights and ensuring proper legal proceedings. As the court system continues to grapple with these issues, the case provides valuable insights into the challenges of administering justice in cases involving complex mental health and religious belief systems.